Nejang, Tibetan Yoga. So we're going to clear the energy sites of the body. I'd like you to have a nice comfortable seat. So I like to set up a blanket and then either another folded blanket or meditation cushion and block or something else to sit on to lift the hips up higher than the knees. So you want to have a straight spine, and lifting the hips higher than the knees is helpful to straighten the spine. So very traditionally, it's setting full lotus, and then you wouldn't need to sit on something that's not always the most comfortable for everyone. So if you're working towards your lotus, you can always sit in half lotus. If you want to do that, or cross legs. And so this practice goes through 24 different energy sites of the body to clear the energy sites of the subtle body, similar to acupuncture. And so we have the 24 exercises done with a breath hold and self-massage. And then before we get into that, we do the preliminaries, which are like purification practices before we go into the actual Nejang practice. And the exercises are connected with different like internal organs and parts of the internal system are connected with the kind of exterior of the body that we massage. So if there's something that seems particularly strong for you, or if you really connect with one of the exercises, you may want to do a little inquiry around, what maybe the meridian is, like if it's on the liver meridian, if it's on the kidney meridian. And you can, I can help you with the whole list. Cheat sheet of which each exercise. I'll try to remember to go into each exercise and what parts of the body they're connected with. So the preliminaries I wanted to read to you. The first preliminary is the setting of the intention. So it's the 4 immeasurables. This is the Tibetan Buddhist practice. So the 4 immeasurables are a Tibetan Buddhist way of setting intention. So this is the Nejang book by Dr. Nita Chenetson, who I learned this practice from, my teacher Michelle Lowe, and he's a Tibetan medicine doctor, and he's really amazing. He has a place in California called Pure Land Farms, and you can practice with him, and highly recommend. He's a really cool guy. I saw him at Tibet House a couple of months ago, and he gets on whole thing. So he had a whole thing this time, like you shouldn't sugar. He goes this whole thing, like if you're eating sugar, it's because you don't love yourself.
What kind of sugar?
Any kind of sugar, not even cheese. It's like, whoa, no dried fruit. Dried fruit is just sugar. And so like, I really was able to stop. I actually was it was like a transmission. I stopped eating sugar, like immediately. And then ice cream came.
Summer really just kind of, for me, my hedonistic way, just,
so true, right? Well, maybe it's because we have the fire, because it's the element of fire in the summer, so we can just burn it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's think about it.
It's like a feeling what's that? You can't die.
Oh, like invincible or invincible.
How teenagers feel.
Yes, teenagers definitely don't think that they're ever going to suffer anything ever. Immortal, yeah, no. So yeah, Dr. Anita, you can go and see him in person and get the transmission about sugar maybe, and that'll help after the summer. There isn't so much ice cream. So with the first in the intention setting, the first preliminaries, the 4 measurables. I'm just going to read to you from this book a little bit about that because it's really powerful. Practicing Nejang with the intention to not only improve one's health and quality of life or to reduce pain, but also with the authentic wish to be of benefit to others, increases the potency of these simple practices. Exercises. Shifting the focus away from oneself and one's personal problems and adopting this larger perspective is not only beneficial for others, but also for oneself. Rather than reciting this prayer in a habitual or speedy way, Take the time to contemplate its deep meaning and recognize the suffering that permeates all levels of this conditioned existence. Make a wish from the depths of your heart that all beings may be free of their pain. Start by extending this prayer towards someone that you naturally feel a sense of unconditional love for, such as your mother or your child. And once you can genuinely feel this deep sense of love in your heart, try to extend the same feeling towards others that you may not have any particularly feelings of kindness or aversion towards. See if you can hold them in your heart in the same way that you can so naturally hold your child or other loved ones in your heart. And then slowly think of those who disturb you in your life, those you might be jealous of, and even those who have harmed you, and wish for them all to be happy and free of suffering too. If this is too difficult, or if you've had traumatic experiences in your life that get triggered by this type of meditation, do not force yourself to do this last step at the beginning. Focus instead on strengthening the growing love that you have in your heart for those that are close to you. As you give that love, you in return receive it back in an unbroken cycle of giving and receiving. So I just want to read. I'm going to recite it. I'll recite it 3 times. If you'd like to read along, or you can listen. If you want to read it and recite it with me, you can. But what's important is that you focus on the intention, like he's saying. So even more powerful is to wish your enemies to be free of suffering. But we start with our close loved ones, and that kind of really brings that feeling alive within us to wish them well. Okay, so you can have hands at your lap or hands in heart center. May all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all beings never be separated from the supreme joy that is beyond all suffering. May all beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment, aversion, and twice more. May all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all beings never be separated from the supreme joy that is beyond all suffering. May all beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment, aversion, and sorrow. May all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all beings never be separated from the supreme joy that is beyond all suffering. May all beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment, aversion. Send those wishes off. All beings everywhere. Increasing the potency of your practice. Do this. Intention setting. Okay, and then you can start to find your seat. So we sit in a posture called Vajra Yoga. So we already started by getting our hips situated so that we can have a straight spine. And working up from there, we're going to make our Vajra fists. So taking the thumb at the base of the ring finger on each hand, and then you can close the 4 fingers over the thumb. And now the backs of the hands, you can bend the wrist, and the backs of the hands come to the hip creases. So the closer you come in towards the center, it kind of gives you more space. If you feel like it's really trapped up to bring it outward, you can bring it a little bit inward. We want the arms to be straight. So it's actually good to have the shoulders rise up towards the ears. In most other yoga classes, we give the opposite cue, shoulders away from the ears. But here, the shoulders can come up towards the ears, and then the shoulder blades come down the back. So you're up and back to the heart center. And then your shoulder blades are like vulture wings or eagle wings. And you tuck the chin, so the neck is like swan's neck. And then bring the tongue to the roof of the mouth. And then the tip of the tongue rests at the back of the top teeth. Okay, and then your jaw is naturally relaxed. Gaze is soft, just down the tip of the nose, down the bridge of the nose. Crown of the head is lifted. Okay, close your eyes and feel into this posture. And this is Vajra Yoga, 7-point meditation posture. And this is really about calming the mind. So normally we think We need to calm the mind by the power of just the mind alone. But this can be very challenging. And our monkey minds, they don't want to stop running, even if we tell them to. But if we just sit up straight in the sevenfold posture, our physical body aligns in this way that automatically causes our 5 lung energies, we call it Tibetan medicine, it's like the subtle energy. So it causes the 5 energies connected with the 5 elements, and they flow and become balanced when you're sitting in Vajra. And then when our energies can flow freely, then the mind calms down. You don't really have to exert effort to calm the mind. So for example, by lifting the shoulders, our mind becomes more alert. Keeping the chin slightly down, the flow of the blood to the brain is slowed, which in turn calms the mind. And the Vajra fist position, in which we block the root of the 4th fingers, is special protective hand position. It secures the vital energy inside the body. It prevents the negative influences from outside of the body from entering into the channels. These energies originate at the tip of the 4th finger, at the ring finger. So that's where we keep the thumb in. So each point of this posture has very specific physiological effects. They can be directly felt in the mind and the body. And then as the mind comes, you can start to connect with the energy body here. The Vajra body, perfect body, the light body. You can start to see your body in this way, like your body's a hologram. You have no bones, you have no blood, pure light without any muscle or organs. So there can be no pain because it's just the light body. Just bringing your attention to your light body rather than your physical body. Existing within that space of the light body. Now inside of the light body, you can start to visualize your 3 channels, the 3 main energy channels that run along the spine. In the center, middle is the central channel, the width of your thumb, blue in color, begins at the base, comes up all the way along the spine and ends at the top behind the brow. To the right of that is your sun channel. It links into the central channel at the base and at the top behind the brow, looking in. And so this red sun channel becomes obstructed by attachment, by aversion and anger. It's connected with the masculine principle. And then to the left of the central channel is the moon channel, white in color, feminine principle. And it also links in at the base and then behind the brow to the central channel. This one becomes obstructed by ignorance and confusion. So think of the moon being connected with the mind. So obstructions here cause ignorance and confusion. And the central channel is connected with attachment and desire. We need attachment and desire because it links us into this physical existence, karma. So seeing these 3 energy channels. So that's the second preliminary is of the posture. And now the third preliminary is a part of that, which is mindful breath purification. So if you bring your hands out in front of you and release only your index fingers, you're going to keep the thumb at the base of the ring finger to protect those vital energies. And then we're going to do this form of alternate nostril breathing. So if you want to stretch out your legs and give your knees a break before we start, that you can. And you don't need to have that limitation at any point to stretch out the legs. Just feel free to do that. All right, so sitting up nice and tall, Vajra, whatever is comfortable. And then we're going to use the left index finger to first seal the left nostril without changing the shape of the nose, just gently pressing down. Exhale completely. Now, as you inhale, you're going to lift the right index and trace that right side channel, the sun channel, as you inhale all the way to the bottom. At the bottom, you hold the breath And then you're going to trace over to the left side channel. Keep holding the breath, drawing up the impurities up the left. Seal the right nostril, exhale through the left, and then red smoke. You can imagine red smoke coming out. That's the anger and aversion purification. And now inhale through the left. Rainbow light pours all the way down the left side channel. Hold the breath at the bottom. Bring it to the right side as you draw up the impurities. Seal the left nostril. Exhale through the right. White smoke comes out. Ignorance and confusion purification. Release both nostrils. Now inhale through both nostrils. Rainbow light pours down both side channels. Hold the breath as you link it into the central channel. Keep holding the breath, draw it up. And then exhale at the top. It's one round. We'll do two more. Seal the left nostril. And then inhale through the right. All the way to the bottom. And hold. Bring it up the left. Seal the right. Exhale left. Red smoke. Inhale through the left. Hold. Bring it over and draw it up. Hold the left. Exhale right. White smoke. Release both sides. Inhale through both nostrils. Hold at the bottom. Bring it up. And then exhale. Blue smoke. One more round. Seal the left. Inhale right. Hold. Seal the right. Exhale left. White smoke. Inhale left. Hold. Bring it up. Seal the left. Exhale right. So that's white smoke. The other side as well. And then release both sides. Inhale through both sides. Hold at the bottom. Bring it up. Exhale. Blue smoke. We're gonna do one more because I messed up the smoke color. I don't want to leave you in confusion because then that'll block your left side channel if you're in confusion with that. Okay, seal the left. And now inhale, rainbow light through the right side channel to the bottom and hold. Draw it up. Seal the right. Exhale left. Red smoke, anger and aversion. Inhale left. Hold. Bring it up. Exhale right. Ignorance, confusion, white smoke. Release both sides. Inhale. Hold. Bring it up. And exhale. Release. And now we come back to Vajra. So this position of the hands is uncomfortable. You get used to it over time. Still practice self-compassion always. So we need to release breaths. Go ahead and do that. And now we do the Hung Vajra recitation. So this is a breathing practice with visualization. So you can close the eyes down. Bring your attention to the space between the brows, just slightly above that, third eye center. And if you know what an Om symbol looks like, you can picture an Om, or you can picture the word Om. And now as you inhale through that Om, fill the body with white light. And now hold your breath, come to the throat and see a Tibetan Ah or an A. Hear the sound of Ah, hold the breath. Red light fills the body. Breath holds. And now exhale, come down to the heart and blue light fills the body. Om. See H or Tibetan Om. And again, two more. Inhale, Om at the brow, white light fills the body. Hold the breath, red light at the throat, Ah. Exhale from the heart, blue light, Om. One more time. Inhaling at the brow, Om, white light. Holding the breath, red light at the throat, Ah. And then exhale, Om at the heart, blue light. Om Aham. Enlighten body, speech, and mind. The residue of that for a moment. Okay, then you can open the eyes, and now we're going to learn the vase breathing that we use for the rest of the practice. This is the last preliminary called Bumba Chen. And then we begin the Nejang, but right now is the first exercise that uses vase breathing. So if you picture a vase, it's narrow at the top and then it gets bigger at the bottom. So we're going to inhale and allow the belly to kind of fill. It's not really filling with air, but the diaphragm drops and it allows the belly to expand. So the belly expands on the inhale, and then you lift from the pelvic floor and just the very lowest part of the belly. So you lift from there and then imagine pressing down from the heart chakra. So you're trapping the prana infused air just in your vase. And then as we hold the breath in this vase breath and do the exercises, the prana is purified. So we're holding it here. We do the different exercises, and then when we exhale, it's going to be through the nose, shooting the breath like an arrow like this. So smooth, and then a little burst at the end. So now the first exercise with the vase breath, we're going to do Gompa Chen, which is, it's a rotating of the belly. The pelvis stays still, but it's coming more from like the hula hoop area. So if you imagine you're just moving that part of the belly, the hula hoop part, on the waist. So 7 times clockwise, and then you can move 7 times counterclockwise. And then we come back to Vairocana and shoot the breath like an arrow to exhale. Now purify. So when you do this a lot, it actually clears the influence of the astrological forces, because it's your 64 petal solar plexus chakra connected with astrology. So if you do this enough, then you don't have to read your horoscope anymore. No effect. Says Dr. Nina. Okay, so let's do we do 4 rounds of Gompa Chen, but Dr. Nina wants us to do it for like 20 minutes a day, and I don't recommend doing that right away because then you get very nauseous. Maybe like 2 minutes if you're not used to do it, but can work your way up to it. And this in itself will be a practice. Okay, so let's make the vase breath. Inhale, lift the pelvic floor, press down from the belly, hands at the knees, and then 7 times clockwise. Switch. 7 times counterclockwise. Vajra, exhale, shoot like an arrow. Okay, again, inhale, vase breath. Hold. Switch directions. More. Inhale, vase breath. Switch. Okay. 1, inhale. Switch. And now the first exercise, we're going to make a vase breath, and then the left hand is going to come to the right ear. And 21 times you're going to firmly rub all around the right ear, making sure you get that little flap in the front. That's connected with your memory, actually. And the whole ear, it's good for the kidneys, bladder, skin complexion. So after we rub 21 times, you throw off the impurities, come back to Vairocana, and then shoot the breath like an arrow. And then we'll go and we'll do the other side on the second breath. Okay, inhale, hold. Left hand to right ear. Side, inhale. Right hand to left ear, 21 times. And with the Vajra breath, if you feel like during the breath holds, you want to breathe before the exercise is over, you can always just breathe. But a little trick is you can take a little bit more of an inhale as you're holding the breath, and that'll kind of extend how long you can hold the breath. It's like a little trick to the brain, like a little bit more sipping in of the inhale, a little bit more. All right, the next one is the eyes. So we'll break it down into 2 breaths. On the first breath, we're going to first open the eyes really wide, and then look up and down 7 times, and then right to left 7 times, without moving the head. And then we'll exhale, shoot the breath. And then we'll do the second half of the eye exercises. Inhale. Hold. Open the eyes wide, up and down. Side to side. Shoot the breath. Okay, and then the second half, you're going to look all the way around with the eyes clockwise. And then counterclockwise, so 7 times in each direction, and then we'll exhale, shoot the breath. Inhale, make your Vajra breath. Open the eyes, and then the circles clockwise. Switch. Eyes are connected with your liver meridian, your gallbladder, pancreas, the coordination, brain function. Okay, next is the nose. So first, the right hand is going to come up to the nose at the bridge, and then you're going to come all the way down from bridge to tip 7 times with the right hand, throw it off, and then on the same breath, go right to the second hand, left hand, bridge to tip 7 times, throw it off, and then we'll exhale. This is good for sinuses, allergies, keep the nasal passages open, balances lung and large intestine meridians. Okay, inhale, Vajra breath. Right hand to nose. Next is the tongue. So similar pattern to the eyes. You're going to first stick the tongue out really far and open the mouth wide, and then you go up and down 7 times, and then side to side 7 times. Okay. And so this is good for the heart and brain disorders, emotional blockages like sadness, depression, lack of memory, and it's also very powerful for people who have stroke or epilepsy too. Okay, so first we stick the tongue out far, and then right to left. Inhale. Hold. Up and down first. Side to side. Deep breath. Now we're going to do the circles clockwise and then counterclockwise, just like we did with the eyes, with the tongue. Inhale. Now nod the head back and forth. If you have sensitive neck, just move within your comfort range. On the breath hold, you just back and forward with the neck 7 times. All right, inhale. nice to take a moment and feel the effects of all the practices after we exhale. Next, we're going to take the right hand to the crown and vigorously rub the crown with the palm of the hand, throw it off. You can do it for a count of 7, and then move to the left hand, throw it off, and then we'll exhale after doing both sides, both hands. Okay, inhale. Hold, massage the crown with the right hand first. Throw it off, switch. And now we massage the back of the head and the neck. So you interlace the hands behind your head and then rub the whole back of the head and the neck. And you can count to 7, 14, or 21. And then you can throw it off and exhale. Someone asked my teacher why we go by 3, 7, 14, or 21. And I guess they won't tell us.
No,
It's like a mysterious thing. I mean, there's lots of auspicious connections to different numbers, but we still don't have a direct answer as to why. In case you're wondering, I don't know. And I tried to find out, but still, we don't know.
Some things are just.
Yeah. Creates a good container for us. Okay, so massaging back of the head and the neck. Inhale, hold. Interlace the hands. Moving on to the third eye. So you maintain the thumb at the base of the ring finger, and then the pinky side of the hand comes to the third eye. Vigorously rub the forehead, third eye area with the side of the hand, throw it off, and then we'll go right into the second hand, and then throw it off. 7, 14, 21 count, and then shoot the breath. Inhale. Third eye heals bone problems, settles the mind, heals emotional troubles, and helps sleep problems. And then the back of the head massage that we just did before that one stops hair loss, strengthens eyes, kidneys, spleen, and helps headaches, relaxes the neck, and relaxes general tension. The next head exercise, we're going to turn the head right and left. So 7 times, right and left on the breath holds, and then exhale. Inhale, hold. Toothaches, it strengthens the sense organs, it helps headaches, vertigo, and improves memory. Now we're going to come out of the head area. We're going to work our way down and come to the shoulders. So the first one, left hand to right shoulder, you're going to squeeze and massage the top of the shoulder, and then you can start shrugging the shoulder and making circles forward and backwards as you massage, and then throw it off next. And this one's good for heart and lung problems, shoulder tension, and relaxes the diaphragm to release tension and hiccups. So if you get hiccups, you can try and do this one. So that whole theory of holding your breath to get rid of hiccups, you just have to add the Nejang exercise to it. Inhale and hold. Left hand to right shoulder. Then you can shrug the shoulder. Circles forward, backward. shoulders are also connected with the heart chakra. All right. Other side, so the right hand will come to the left shoulder now. Inhale and hold. Now, we're going to put the right hand on the head, and the left hand is going to come to the armpit and side of the chest. And you're going to massage and rub this whole area. So we're just going to do one breath per side. We'll do that. Throw the impurities off, and then come back to Vajra and exhale. This is good for eye problems, and the eyes are connected with the liver. So it's good for the liver, gallbladder, but also the lungs and kidney on the right, and then on the left, it's the heart, spleen, and kidneys. And then also helps with coughing and helps the lymphatic system. So if your lymph in here, helps to drain the lymph nodes and things. If you have a cold or something, it's a good one to do. Okay, inhale and hold. Right hand to the head and left hand to massage the armpit and inside of the chest. Massaging, squeezing. Side. The left hand will come to the head. Inhale, bows breath. Left hand to head, right hand to massage under the left arm. Next, we go to the chest. So you're going to start at the upper chest, and then first direction, you're going to come in towards the center and make circles. So 7 times coming in towards the center, then 7 times coming out from the center, and then 7 times up and down right in the middle of the chest. Nice and tall, hold your wings. Inhale, Vajra. Hold 7 times going inward. And then the way. And then in the middle. Calms the mind and overthinking. It helps breathing, stimulates circulation to the brain. Okay, so now this, if you were doing really traditional kind of version of the practice, this is kind of the halfway point where we would, if you were in full lotus, you'd switch the lotus legs. So if you're a hatha yogi, you're like, but I always do lotus on the same side. That's crazy, but it's fun to try to switch it up. Otherwise, it's just a good break to massage the legs, but we should really be stretching the legs out a few times when we're doing a kind of extended class like this. Once you learn the sequence and you're doing it on your own, you can do the whole thing in 20 minutes. Just like boom, 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 we do it all. So it's not as strenuous on like the bent knees sitting in this posture so long, and you're not doing it for as long. Okay. So now after switching the legs, the first exercise is rotating the belly, and this is different from Bonbichan. So we think Bonbichan, we did it at the waist. Now this is more like pelvis rolling, like kind of like Sufi rolls, like Kundalini, how we rotate at the base. So you're gonna take 7 rotations clockwise and 7 counterclockwise. And you can even, if you want it to come off of your seat, off your blocks or blanket, you can, or you can stay on it. It's a little easier to do it right on the floor. Right, inhale, hold. Hands to knees, 14. Digestion, it comes a lot of constipation, builds up body energy, and it's good for backaches. Really grounds you, connecting with place. The next exercise is at the mouth. So you're going to kind of purse your lips and open and shut the mouth. So you open the mouth as wide as you can. 3, 7, 14, or 21 times. Usually we do 7. And then you can just exhale. And this helps with stomach problems and abdominal pain. It's good for your liver, gallbladder. It's great. Inhale and hold. Now we're going to do big circles with the neck. You're going to interlace the hands and then hold the back of the head. And we're going to make big circles clockwise. I'm just going to do 3 in each direction and then we switch directions. Circles are so big. It takes a while to just get through one. So just do 3 on each side. And then we can throw it off and exhale. And this is good for neck tension, headaches, good for your breathing, and helps alleviate asthma. Inhale, hold and interlace the hands, circles. Options for this next one. If you have a very comfortable full lotus, then it's kind of nice to do this one in full lotus. But if it's not comfortable, absolutely do it just cross-legged. So you're going to have your hands on your knees after you make the Vajra. And then you're going to come forward, shake the shoulders, come back up. Forward, shake the shoulders, come back up. So just doing that 7 times. And then at the end, you can either put your hands on the floor and just lift your seat and drop it back down, or you can try and come up and down without using your hands. And then the exhale here is a ha breath. So it's not the shooting the breath, and the ha breath is like this. You stick out your tongue, shake it off. Okay. Virgina. So you can inhale and hold. Hands at the knees. Vigorously shaking the heart. And that's good for constipation, tension in the internal organs, and then the ha breath helps release excessive heat, which can sometimes show up with anger or aversion. So now we come to this pose that's kind of like boat pose in Hatha Yoga, right? So some options for how to do this one. If you don't feel so stable, kind of balancing like this, because we're gonna have the arms at the chest, we're gonna do the full one. And then you're crossing the legs, kicking the legs out, reversing which leg is in front, which with each kick. If you want, you can put your hands behind you and do it like that, holding yourself up on your hands. Or you can always come on the back and kick the legs while lying down, which is actually quite nice. Feeling a little lazy. Okay, but we start from our seated position to build the Vajra, and then we come right into it. Okay. So take an inhale and hold. 7, 14, or 21 twins. This unblocks descending energy, so energy at the base of the spine, and regulates excretion, good for the root chakra. Now this next one is more of an internal experience. So you're gonna make the vase breath, and then you're going to tune in inside and release and contract the anus 7 times. Okay? Sitting up tall. Inhale. Stomach cramps, digestion, women's reproductive health. Now moving to the legs, we're going to do some massage on the legs. So the first part is the ankles. So you're going to first vigorously rub the ankles, so energy body likes nice firm kind of movement. So rubbing, paddling all the way around, throw it off and exhale. The ankles are connected with the kidneys, so this can be with like low back pain, and helps balance menses and helps joint pain. So if you have weak ankles, a lot of times you might have kidney problems. These things are connected a lot of the time. Inhale, hold the breath, rub the ankles. Next, we have the calves. So this is good for the kidneys and the heart, and you're rubbing all around, and then you take loose steps, go all the way around. And the kidneys are connected with worry and fear, panic attacks. So if you notice like a tenderness at the back of the calf, just a bit below the back of the knee, that's kind of an acupuncture point that if you have excessive fear or worry, it can be tender. So you want to just notice that. And then if you're having like bad dreams, that kind of thing, you might notice, tension or like soreness in the calves, and you can do this exercise. Any of these exercises, you can just do just one of them if it's particularly helpful to you. You don't have to do the whole entire thing. And you can mix up the order too. Like sometimes I just do the chakras or however you feel works for you. There is intelligence in the sequencing, but you also have permission to mix it up. All right, so let's do the calves now. Inhale, hold. And now the same thing on the thighs. So rubbing all around the tops and back of the thighs, inner and outer. And then with these hips, padding is good for circulation. Strong thighs are connected with strong heart. So it's also good for the heart and circulatory system, as well as the immune system. Okay. Inhale, make your vase breath. So now we're going to come to the belly. And this can be a little tricky because it requires some sense of like controlling individual muscles in your abdomen. So what I like to do is use my hands to kind of guide what you want to be happening. So this is called belly like the ocean. So you first start, and you do this on the breath hold, you first start at the top. So it's almost like you're firming at the top and then like rolling it down, like where you're contracting in the belly. So you go from top to bottom. We'll just go 3 times top to bottom, and then you reverse it. Then you go from bottom to top. So you can imagine like a wave rolling in. Usually one direction is easier than the other, but as you're learning it, you can use your hands to kind of guide where you want it to be happening, okay? So we'll do 3 times from top to bottom and then 3 times from bottom to top. Inhale, pause, breath. Yes. Let's do that one again, just because it is a little tricky. So 3 times, moving from top to bottom, and then 3 times from bottom to top. Take your time. Okay, inhale, hold. Ah, vomiting like a tiger. Comes in hands and knees. That's way more fun of a name than cat cow. It does look a lot like cat cow, but on the breath. So starting from tabletop position, just on all fours, neutral spine. And you're going to make a vast breath, and then you're going to hold your breath as you move between the cow position and then the angry cat position. So you're holding the breath and you go back and forth 7 times. And then on the 7th one, when you end curled in, you exhale with a ha breath. And we do 3 rounds of this. So first round, inhale. After 2 more rounds like that, just follow your own timing and rhythm and breath. You don't have to wait for me. Helps to unlock trapped winds where energies, you probably don't use the winds, releases emotion, especially anger and suggestion. So we're done with that exercise. Now we have one more. So now we've gone through all the energy thing, standing. So now we've completed all of these energy sites. And now this last exercise is to spread the tea blade. So the tea blade, like the full, and this is already smiling. And this you can do on its own, do this a lot just by itself. It's a good one to know. So it's a breath hold, and we're just going to massage the whole body and spread the tea blade all the way around the body. Okay. I'm just going to go right for it. 1 breath for the whole thing. Sometimes I break it in half. Feeling a little sus. Feet hips distance apart, and you can have a bend to the knees. So remember with the breath. So when you build the vase breath, you don't want it to be like so full that it's coming up. You want to leave a little bit of space. So it's not like your fullest, deepest breath when you build it. I should have said this probably at the beginning, but I want to emphasize it now because then you're leaving a little space so that if you feel like you need to breathe, you have that space to take a little bit more of an inhale to get you through to the end. But again, if you feel like you just need to breathe, you don't want that sensation of needing to breathe can be connected with fear. So you don't want to come into like panic mode. That's like the opposite of what we're trying to do. So you can either inhale a little more or you can just breathe, okay? And I'll guide you through. So let's take a deep inhale, Vajra breath. Put the hands looking together with the face, top of the head, back of the head and neck, shoulders, low back, left leg 3 times, right leg 3 times, rub your chest, your ribs, left arm top and bottom, right arm top and bottom. 3 hot breaths and jump. Now we're coming on and feel the effects. It's really feel a lot of tingling and lightness in the body. This feels really good. Now we get to do it twice more. Okay. There. Okay, deep inhale. Up to the tongue. Face. Top of the head. Back of the head and neck. Shoulders. Go back. Left leg. Right leg. Chest. Ribs. Left arm. Right arm. Do for a moment. Feel the energy body. Perfect light body. One more. This time I won't talk, but I'll do it with you. Okay. Let's go. So now please lie down. Or if you prefer, you can sit and meditate instead of taking rest. So it's a really great practice to do before a seated meditation. Go under the head. Go. Just bask in the sensation, the vibration. Feel into this subtle energy flow in the body. It may feel a lot like your nervous system, the kind of tingling, slight movement. The subtle energy body is the most closely connected with the nervous system, as well as the endocrine system, the hormones. Just see if you can really feel how your body has constant moving energy. Noticing maybe even the pathways, the energy is traveling down, different energy channels, meridians, just whatever you feel and notice. Whatever is arising for you, it's always a pointer to your true nature, the true nature that is infinite. Breathe more deeply once again. Come back to the physical body, this time and place. When you're ready, you can start to move. Then just taking your time to come up to sitting. Close this practice, we dedicate the merit. That's how we close it. So you can come up with your own way, words, visualizations, any way that you can kind of see this idea of dedicating the merit. It's kind of like we take the positive energy we generated or any benefits we receive from the practice, we then dedicate it out to the rest of the world, to all beings, so that we can serve a greater purpose with our efforts. So I'll read to you the more traditional version, but just know that you can always adapt your own version. And then just as in the beginning, the important part is that you really feel the meaning and you feel that true dedication just right in your heart. And by this merit, may all-seeing Buddhahood itself be attained, and may the enemy of all wrongdoings be vanquished. May I save all beings from drowning in the turbulent whirlpools of rebirth, aging, sickness, and death, in the ocean of samsara. Thank you so much for practicing Nejang today. Since